It's good to be here. I'm going to read for you, I'm going to read 3 times today, so I'm going to kind of spread out a selection of poems, 3 of which appear in the publication that supplements this exhibit, and then other poems that are in that collection, that series of poems, which is a serial poem that I've been writing for the better part of 15 years, and I used T.C. Cannon's sort of visual language, things like that, to compose the first few that I'll read, but they're sort of episodic in nature, so it follows a narrative sort of timeline. So the first part will be part of this sort of mangled creekbed's life, and it'll continue on throughout the day. I start out with a small little sort of like subtitle to the poem, and then I'll read the poems that are in the publication. Outside the dusty town, the yonder is burnt orange, sun still gnawing at the stars. This is not fate, the textbook says. In this version of the tale, you learn squalor by sharpening your skull to nightshade, by flaying skin with a fluted blade. He forgot the sounds of summons, the calling out at dusk when the bugs buzzed and the deer ate, the thickening dark, just leaves in the dark, just sound in the dark, the way his breath felt as he shrunk the innards, like the music of frying meat, of squirrel thighs dredged in cornmeal, the way Blue Rock's trailer house smelt like empty quarts of beer, acorns, and wild onions. Music of lice wilting in kerosene, of switch on skin, the wood still green and bendy. Skillet breath, tongue sour, wet with mash, dirt shackled, clanking his bones up the road. It was not the accordion, keys still slick under his charred fingers, not his eyes foaming in the ducts. It was Mangold's tune, his humming of the knife, the slow slimming of his lips to song, his last fuss and bother interlingua. On the steps of the old Chisos Theater, he squeezed the box, the strike half-lit, smoke churning out nostrils. With knife in his teeth, accordion atop his head, elbows dipping into the current, Mangold slipped on the rocks. He let it dry in the sun, and when he played it by the fire, it buzzed like the thickened noise of critters. Mangold reckoned at the bugs streaming up the fence post. Shine of their bodies he crunched between fingers and teeth. He sat and looked upon the tilled pasture, tilted his hat, and slept and dreamt. Thank you.